Hey there, Oz.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, what movie are we watching this week?
This week, we've got a movie marriage of Witness,
Yeah,
plus The Bodyguard,
definitely.
plus Mad Max,
Mm-hmm.
plus Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah.
All wrapped up with G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra.
I love it.
This week, we're watching Cobra.
Yeah, great movie marriage.
Very easy movie marriage, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I almost because it's got that gritty feel of Assault.
Yeah.
And I almost left it out until the shootout at the everywhere.
Yeah. Until the continuous 90-minute shootout.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah, I could throw Assault on there because it's a bunch of bad guys trying to get the cops.
Yeah.
Almost throw a Near Dark in there just for the bodega, not bodega,
Sure.
but just kind of the cabana blow up. But I'm like, nah, I'm going to go with Assault. It had that grittiness to it. So
Yeah.
welcome back, listeners and viewers, to another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme, new month, new theme.
Yes.
This month we are covering Rep Title Month.
It's such a stupid theme.
Yes, it is.
Rep title.
Yep.
Where none of the movies have anything to do with, well, I will say with one possible exception,
Yeah.
but most of them don't have anything to do with reptiles,
With actual reptiles now.
with actual animals.
Yes. Yeah. So we're just, all of these movies have a reptile in the title. So
Yeah.
we spun together our stupid pun machine and
Yep.
called it Reptile Month.
Spun the pun wheel.
So, yeah, I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
The other host, Curtis.
And we want to give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers, Don S., Aaron A., Mandy K., Melissa L., Colin K., and Lyle M. Thank you all for your patronage.
Yes, thank you, one and all.
Cobra.
Cobra, la 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 la.
1986's Cobra. This
Yeah.
is one of those movies that I remember watching when I was a kid, but I don't remember what the movie was about.
Yeah.
I just remember I was young enough at the video store that this box art grabbed me.
Of course it would.
I didn't know who Stallone was, because I'm a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Characters, actors probably not, but I didn't know who he was. But I was like, this is an 80s box art.
It totally is. Yeah.
Yeah, Stallone, machine gun, it's
Greasy,
Cobra.
sweaty,
Yep.
the aviators. Yeah.
And this was arguably one, kind of the beginning of that last era of bankable stars.
Bankable action stars. Yeah.
To where you could just put Sylvester Stallone by himself on a movie poster holding a gun and people are going to go see it.
Yeah. Just because of that.
Yeah, because we just saw him do that in Rambo, so clearly, and you could do the same with Schwarzenegger. Just put him on. So yeah, we've lost that. That era, I think, is past to a degree, but that's
I would
okay.
agree. Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah. It had its place in time, and that's great. But
I would like to say that in some ways it's due to the maturation of the American film goer.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what we'll go with.
Yeah. Well, and it's like who you're replacing with The Rock.
Yeah.
He tried, but not quite the same. So
Yeah, if my memory is serves me, this was a first time watch for me. Shockingly, yeah, at the risk of having my testosterone card revoked.
Well,
it was a first time watch for Cobra.
Your shirt blew off when you finished it.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I looked down. It's like, where did that go?
Yeah, you watched the chest hair just grow.
It did. I didn't have pecs before the movie, but I do now.
I do now.
Uh-huh.
So, Cobra, 1986.
Yes.
Directed by George Cosmatos, but really directed by Sylvester
Yes,
Stallone.
yeah. I read a lot of the trivia and stuff too. It sounds like Stallone had his fingerprints on everything behind the scenes in it, and that he wasn't the nicest guy to work with.
No, I had read that it was basically like the cinematographer that put him in his place.
I read that as well. Because Stallone confronted him about something, and the cinematographer shot back, and you don't do that to Sylvester Stallone, and he shot back, and he's like, quit playing grab, with Brigitte Nielsen over there, and maybe we can get something done.
Yeah,
and Stallone actually responded to it.
Did a little bit of self-reflection and was like, a lot of the problems on this movie were on me. Like,
yeah.
Good on you, Sly.
Mm-hmm.
So aside from Sylvester Stallone, who's in this movie?
Besides Sylvester Stallone as Lieutenant Marion Cobretti, aka Cobra, I was reading the trivia as well because as I'm watching it, like Marion, like that's John Wayne's real first name. And that was intentional that they went with Marion, because there's a lot of action Johns in the 80s.
John Matrix, John McClane,
Rambo.
Yeah. So it was a big one. I'm pretty sure that's probably my middle name is John, and all those movies came out after I was born. So probably a connection there. Nothing's more masculine than that 2-year-old.
Or you just didn't have a middle name until like 1986.
I wouldn't remember anyway, so that may be the case. Yeah.
We should probably give him a middle name.
Yeah.
You like Rambo, right?
Yeah.
So we've got the aforementioned Brigitte Nielsen as the damsel in distress of this movie, as Ingrid Knudsen, model, aspiring actress, maybe basically kind of playing toned down Brigitte Nielsen in some ways. Yeah. Sly and Brigitte Nielsen were a thing at the time. Yes. They were married. I think it was a candle that burned bright but burned out very fast in that relationship.
Well, it was the 80s. That's how they all did it.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of guys. Yeah. It's those two. We've got Sly's partner, Sergeant Tony Gonzales, played by Reni Santoni. We have Andrew Robinson as sort of the professional foil detective Monty.
Yeah, you would recognize him from Hellraiser.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He was Frank. No, okay. Was it Frank? It doesn't matter. He was in Hellraiser though.
Okay, got it.
Larry and Frank actually.
We've got Brian Thompson as "quote unquote" night slasher. You never get a real name out of him. Brian Thompson is one of those guys. Like you need somebody who looks tough. Yeah. Like in a movie, you cast Brian Thompson.
Yeah, and thankful for Brian Thompson, like what he looked like was needed in the 80s.
Yeah. He looks like he's the personification of the 80s.
Yeah, because he's not pretty. And that's one thing that I think Hollywood, unfortunately, has really got away from. Indiana Jones movies are on TV all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're watching these and you're just like, you're pulling actors of all shapes and sizes and looks, because that's what life is. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what makes some of these movies, not that Indiana Jones is believable, but it's just a little bit more livable, of like, okay, it's not just gorgeous people everywhere.
Yeah.
And so you get a Brian Thompson. It's like, yeah, you're probably typecast as the greasy bad guy. It's a job.
Yeah.
And you just don't see the Brian Thompson type today. You take a Colin Farrell and you put prosthetics on him.
And you make him Penguin.
Yeah. Whereas then it was just be like, well, can somebody get an ugly dude?
Yeah. Big, tough, ugly dude.
He was scary look. I mean,
he was, yeah. He looked the part.
Very intimidating, yes.
I mean, he didn't really have to do much other than just look intimidating the whole movie, which he did a good job at.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently he had to buy his own ticket to the premiere.
I saw that, yeah. They just left him out.
Yeah. Ugh.
All right, yeah.
So after that, we've got
Stallone.
Lee Garlington as Officer Nancy Stalk. We got some other Marco Rodriguez, a supermarket killer.
Yeah. It's a pretty straightforward story.
Yeah, it's really all you need to, you've got Cobra, you've got Ingrid, you got Night Slasher, and then maybe Stalk.
Yeah.
You kind of sort of have to know, but even Gonzales isn't consequential to anything.
No, I mean, he's there to
third billing, but
he's there to not be there, really.
Yeah. So
which is
not a big cast, because it's a Sly movie. It's an action movie centered around. I mean, the movie's called Cobra.
Yeah,
it's not called Night Slasher. It's called Cobra.
It's not called Cobra and Pals.
Cobra and Friends.
Yeah,
Rainbow.
Exactly.
It's just Sly rubbing bellies with everybody throughout the movie.
Yeah, that's what it is. So this movie kicks off with a voiceover from Cobra,
of course,
listing out statistics. There's a burglary every 11 seconds. There's an assault every whatever. Like there's a murder. I'm just all basically. America's terrible because of so much crime and it's coming at you, in a blink of an eye. Like,
and I hope I'm not stealing a potential bad from you, but again, this movie was made in 1986, right in the heart of the Reagan administration.
Yep.
War on crime, war on drugs. Like
you have to be afraid.
Yeah, afraid of everyone and everything.
Yeah.
And the closer you are to a city, then the more terrified you should be,
because there's more people there. There's more crime.
There's more cultures there. There's people of different color there. You should probably be afraid when you're in larger urban areas.
Just listen to your government and do what they say.
Ronnie will keep you safe.
That's right. Yeah. So it's comical because I didn't do the math, but one would think that if there is a robbery every 11 seconds, that at some point, like, the odds of someone getting robbed several times a day is real. Like
that 11 seconds, it's little no, it's the same person.
It's the same guy. Yeah.
I just gave all my money to that last guy.
Oh my gosh. I just, and so one would think that, based on these statistics, that there's going to be so much crime that you can't stay ahead of it. Like, and then we cut to this underground, like everyone's got two axes, and
it's a cult. It's a cult. It's a cult of like killers and ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah, but some of them are wearing business suits. It's a collection of like you said, it's a cult, but it's an 80s cult, so it's like in the basement of a warehouse with burning barrels.
Burning barrels. Everyone's wet and slimy. And
they haven't showered in a long time, but they all have their battle axes and they just clang them together. Because this is the new world.
But before I go to work every day, that's how I get myself amped up, is I put an axe in each hand, and I actually just stand in front of the school and do it right before I walk in.
Because they've got a burn barrel.
Yeah, they do. It's by the burn barrel.
Yeah.
It's corporate sponsored burn barrel, so it's fine. Yeah. But just get myself amped up, and then I go in and counsel students.
I could do this. So it's the new world. And so we see one of these new world trench coat wearing tough guys. Like, they don't even try to fit in. They just look the cult. It goes into a supermarket, and don't really. The whole purpose of the supermarket scene is just to get Cobra on the scene.
It's just to show you what he's capable of. Yeah.
And so, man walks in, bumps into some people, like to the point where this big burly supermarket employee is like, "Sir, can we help you?" He just stops in the middle of the produce section, takes out a shotgun, which of course it's an 80s movie, so my mind is instantly going to like, oh my god, he's gonna start shooting up the place, like killing people. No, he shoots the watermelon.
That produce had it coming.
He shoots the peppers.
I would hate to be those fruits and vegetables.
Right.
Either he really hates the produce, or he's just a terrible shot.
Yeah. So people just run for cover. Like,
he hates those cans.
Something wrong with those cans. But it's like he just opens fire, just like people adjacent, like and so it obviously gets the attention of the police because he takes people hostage, and which is, again, that's what he intended to do, but we don't really know what the intention is, other than we know he's tied to this cult because we just saw the cult. So the police, of course, are all set up outside, and they're half a mile away because it's a massive parking lot, and they're just bullhorn yelling at the guy. They can't. It's not realistic that he's going to be able to hear them as he's deep into the supermarket. But regardless, they get the vibe of like, we can't do this. Our 75 police officers. We're in LA, by the way.
Yeah, our SWAT teams, multiple SWAT teams, cannot do anything with this guy.
We can't do it. He's too much of a loose cannon. So Calling Cobra.
Call the Cobra.
Call the Cobra. Cut to, Stallone in his, not a vehicle I would have expected out of, it looked like one of these like prefab kits that you could buy of what an old car would look like.
It's like an erector set old car.
Yeah, so he comes barreling through the city streets of LA, like I'd mentioned pre-show. What was he doing? Don't know. I mean, it's almost inevitable that if they call Cobra for things like this, why don't you just lead with that?
Yeah.
And let your 75 uniformed police officers actually go do police work, knowing that we know Cobra's going to get the job done.
Yeah. So, well, and as I cracked pre-show, I like to think that he's in his cubicle at the station, just with one of those like doorway entrance pull-up bars, just doing pull-ups until he's called in.
I'd like to think he was eating, but he just uses scissors to cut his food, like we see later on in the movie. So Cobra shows up, and he's not dressed like a police officer. He's in jeans, and he's in a like a 3/4 length shirt and a leather jacket and sunglasses that he never takes off, and a matchstick in his mouth. He just, here,
yeah.
And so they break it down for him. Cobra, there's a guy in there with a gun, and so he just does what he does. He goes in and plays the, spooky shadows game of running around and throwing things in another direction. And meanwhile,
some of the lines in this movie, he gets on the PA in the supermarket. Yeah. Hey, dirtbag, you're a lousy shot.
Yeah.
I don't like lousy shots.
It's so dumb. But he, in the meantime, like, the guy on the inside, like, lets a guy go.
Or you think he's letting a guy go.
You're free, which, come on.
Totally didn't telegraph this at all.
No, you're free to go. You're free to go. Well, ends up shooting the guy in the back. I don't want to mean this insincerely, but like, the only one he actually harmed.
Yeah. Of all the chaos that he caused in there, he did only shoot one person.
And granted, that's one too many, but
yes,
it's still, it wasn't like this was a mass shooting incident. He walked in and shot some melons and
maybe he had some insider info on the cyclospora outbreak that was going to happen.
He's actually
40 years in the future.
Yeah,
and he was doing his civil duty by preventing people from getting explosive diarrhea.
He just, again, he's a lousy shot, so he missed the iceberg and took out the cucumbers instead.
Yeah.
So Cobra gets the beat on him. How Cobra got in the freezer to bust out of the freezer, I don't know, but maybe it's a double-doored freezer.
I'd like to think that, like, you see the wide shot and he's just in the background sneaking into the freezer.
Yeah. There were a lot of scenes cut from this movie.
Free slime ball!
Right. So he gets the beat on him. He kills the guy, saves the day.
Yeah.
But not to the chagrin of Monty, who Monty is, you got to be good police. You got to do it by the book.
Yeah.
Cobra doesn't do things by the book. And of course, but I get results.
Yeah. You always have to have 70s and 80s cop movies. You got to have that guy. Dang it, Cobra. We do this by the book. There's rules. So Mayor's got to have my job.
So, and they let reporters right up to the front door. Like, they meet Cobra on his way out. They get there before the police do. And one reporter really kind of sticks it to him of like, you aren't the judge and jury. Like that, this is America. That man was entitled to due process. And you took that. Like, that's not your job to take lives. Which, thankfully, the gurney of the one man who was dead was still right there. As he whips back and, explain that to this guy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we meet, that's Cobra.
Stupid press.
Yeah.
Asking so many questions.
Yeah.
Trying to be professional journalists.
Right. Like, get out of Cobra's way. But yeah, so you didn't prioritize the safety of the victims. It's like, well, I did, So in a better movie, that would lead to some existential decision-making on Cobra's part.
Mm-mm.
No.
No,
This
you
is the
shoot
80s.
first.
Yeah, yeah.
Quit asking so many questions.
Yeah, if you could do it, you'd be doing it. But no,
I just prevent. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're just a stupid reporter. Like,
yeah. I just prevented a contagion outbreak. He was the disease, and I'm the cure.
I'm the cure. Like,
yeah,
you don't understand. There's going to be
in a hazmat suit.
Yeah, if I didn't kill that guy, there's going to be a mad rush on trench coats and not on body wash. And we can't have that kind of imbalance in this LA heat. Like, it was going to stink up the joint. I did the world a favor. So, regardless, this to our eyes looked like a one-off.
Yes.
But in reality, it was just another string of crimes by this cult, which part of them also, which we find out is, Cobra goes back to his apartment and he's doing whatever, wherever he is. But the night slasher strikes again. And it's like 16 victims at this point. Yeah. There's no method to his madness. It's just randomness.
Yep.
There's no motive. It's just random,
indiscriminate killing.
Yeah, just kill for kill's sake. And so if you've seen one or two movies of this ilk, you kind of know everything's coming to a thread here.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So we then cut to more of this crime, like night slasher. We see him kill a woman, which, like, we just saw a post, on the news about the night slasher strikes again. It's like his 17th victim in a month. But yet then we cut to this woman shutting down a diner on her own at like after dark, just casually walking. Like, is the city on high alert or are they not? Like,
yeah, people are just going about their business.
Yeah. And so she gets killed by the night slasher. And that we just see, just some of those actions, like, because Cobra is a reactionary character. As a police officer, he's not preventing crime.
They're just waiting for it to happen.
He's addressing crime. And so without the night slasher in this cult, really Cobra, he'd be unemployed. Like, so cut to another, this time there's three of them and they're in the spookiest looking van in LA.
Yeah, of course they are.
Like, nobody investigates it though.
It's the mystery machine.
Exactly. As kids today would call it, that's a kidnapper van. Like, so they pull up on a woman and kill her in her car. And it's kind of just on the road, like this kind of underpass thing. And as they are kind of positioning the body, the actual night slasher is kind of standing in the road because that's what he does apparently. And this is where Ingrid's character drives by, sees what they're doing, sees him, but they don't really, like, she hasn't really put two together.
Yeah, she knows something's off. Yeah. She's scared, but she doesn't quite. It's dark, it's wet.
Yeah, right. And she's smart enough to not stop while they get her license plate. Well, it turns out one of the three that were in this, this cult that were on this murder is a cop.
Of course.
Yeah. So they run the plates. They figure out who she is, and we got to kill her.
Yeah.
It's the first time that the night slasher has a motive, apparently.
Got to keep her from talking.
Yeah. But what would she say? Who knows? So they target her and she gets away, but not before she's obviously very shaken up. So she's in a hospital. They put her under protective custody of Cobretti. Now he's assigned a role. So there's no one in this city that could protect her other than Mary.
Other than Cobra.
And Kansas City tight end Tony Gonzales.
Him too, Tony Gonzales.
And so they, basically they're stationed on her. She's at the, LA General Hospital or whatever it was. Under the watchful eye of two plainclothes police officers like these guys. Cobra immediately bails because he's they brought in a sketch artist, and the guy really wasn't a very good sketch artist for
no, he
for
wasn't.
LA. And so Cobra's, he goes back to his apartment. We get a sense that Cobra's always on. Like he pulls up outside. He pulls out outside of his place.
He has one purpose, and that's his job.
Yeah, he pulls up outside of his place, and there's like 3 Hispanics parked in his space.
Sure.
And he just pushes their car out of the way. I mean, it's just showing that Cobra's the boss. And he goes in, like I said, he mysteriously takes his pizza leftovers out of the freezer. Like it's looking at the refrigerator, the top is the freezer, it's the smaller door.
Yeah.
The bottom was the larger door. He takes his gun and the pizza out of the freezer, cuts the pizza in half with a pair of scissors, and eats that little piece while he's researching.
Yes.
The cop cult member, what was her name? It was
Officer Stock.
Officer Stock knows where, because she's always looming in the background now whenever they're...
Yeah, she is. She's like a loomer.
Yeah. So they obviously know where Ingrid's at. I kind of skipped a scene there where she gets jumped. She's a model. We see her, and the only time being a model, as she's posing for photos with robots.
Yes. You heard that right.
Yeah. And they're indiscriminate. They're just like giant toy robots. These aren't like Boston Dynamics robotic dogs. These are just like,
or even like a Rocky IV robot.
Exactly. I was going to go there too. These are just robots. They don't, and they're just, she changes her clothes about 75 times. She changes her wig about 75 times. She poses with all these robots. Mm-hmm. It's what Brigitte Nielsen does. She's a model, so she models. And on her way out, she and her manager, or
photographer / like agent or something.
But who is as misogynistic in 80s as you could get?
Oh yeah.
She just says right to her, is like, well, of course I want to sleep with you. Like, and she's just like, of course. And she's just like, well, yeah,
I guess comes with the territory.
So obviously these guys show up, and kill the photographer, and they're going after her. She escapes.
Yeah.
We get a fun cat and mouse because whose keys did she go after? No, I'm thinking of a different movie I watched over the weekend. But she gets into but also took place kind of in a parking garage. But she escapes, and this is where she's all shaken up. So back to where I was. She's, in the hospital under watchful eye. Cobra leaves Gonzales there to watch her. Stock knows that she's there.
Yeah. So
Night Slasher kills a janitor, puts on his janitor garb because it fits. It's the 80s.
Yeah, of course it does.
Yep.
One size fits all.
Yeah. We missed the scene where he actually killed multiple janitors in an effort to find the right size.
They did a lot of cutting from this movie, apparently. It originally got an X rating, and was like the runtime was too long for the theatrical showings. And
because they didn't think this movie was going to make any money, so they wanted to shorten it up to get more viewings in a day.
Yeah.
Because and that logic doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, the movie's too long. We can only show it 10 times a day. Maybe if we cut a half hour out and can show it 12 times a day, we'll make more money. Well, if you're not selling out the 10 shows, what makes you think you're going to have more people in the 12? That would make sense. That logic there makes sense for like the Odyssey.
Yes.
It's sold out through September in some places, or Blair Witch Project back when it came out. But Cobra? Okay.
People were clamoring for more Cobra.
Yeah, well, it's Golan Globus for what do you do? That's the producer team. So Cobra's gone, the janitor's there, and Cobra gets a phone call, and it's Gonzales.
Yeah.
Calling from the office. And he's like, what are you doing? He's like, you needed something in your office. What did you need? Cobra immediately is like, it's a trap.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's a trap. Yep. Which we know that Stalk called him away. Anyway, yeah. So it's Ingrid versus Night Slasher. She just happened to be in the bathroom when he came in to murder her. Mm-hmm. So
she had some of that lettuce.
Yeah. Again, all this could have been prevented if they just would have let the guy shoot up the produce.
Produce, yeah.
So it's a chase scene, and he almost gets her, and he doesn't get her, and he almost gets her again, and he doesn't get her. And so she pulls the fire alarm, and kind of cracked me up because as she's running down the hallway away from him, screaming, "Help! Anybody, help!" No, all the lights are out. It's nobody. No, there's but nobody there. Nobody in a hallway in like LA General.
Yeah.
She pulls the fire alarm. 55 people immediately are evacuating.
and there's just people everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and so he obviously then escapes with them because they're all evacuating. And so she survived. Right. Cobra's got a theory because, of course, Monty is pretty adamant that what's going on, and Cobra's like, you got it wrong. I think it's more than one person. There's some organization behind all of this. It's too much crime.
Yeah,
to be a guy
for one person.
Yeah, and it's like for all of this systematic, like how can we be pulled away? Like there's more to it. Of course, his superior's like, you're wrong.
No, it's just a guy.
Right. And so there will be, there's more just slight attempt. It's just chasing, Ingrid and Cobra. So he's got an idea. We got to, his idea is we got to get her out of town.
Yeah.
To which this, Monty is like, we can't do that. Like, this is the safest place for her. This is where all the police are. Mm-hmm. When even like the other superiors, like, well, if we get her out of town, we get him out of town too.
When Cobra is starting to speculate that in addition to the fact that Night Slasher is a consortium, that there might be somebody on the inside.
Yeah. That he's like, there's no way that they're this connected.
Mm-hmm.
So they lean into that and they decide we're going to set, Cobra's going to take Ingrid, Gonzales is going to go too, and we're just going to get her out of here to a safe house as he's explaining what a safe house is to her. But we're also going to,
it's a house that'll keep you safe.
Yeah. We're going to send one more police officer with you though. We're going to send Stalk,
mm-hmm.
which we know she's connected.
Yeah.
Because they don't do any effort to hide that at all.
No.
This is not a mystery.
No, none whatsoever.
So we know, but they don't know. I thought they actually kind of revealed this to Cobra in a fairly, giving him a little bit of props that he's not just purely reactionary. He has some cop skill. The way that he figures out that she's the mole.
Yeah, when she jumps on his back during a shootout. Oh, it was you.
It's you. And so they're headed to San Remos. Right? That's just where they're going to go. They stop and eat as she, for really no reason other than just banter, adds half a gallon of ketchup to her fries. He makes some comment about it.
He picks up a big fake burger and hands it to her like, your order's up.
I'd like to think that's how Sylvester Stallone really flirts. It's just through prop gags.
He's a big Carrot Top fan.
Big one. So, but he as he's sitting there chatting with her, he notices Stalk's over on the phone. And just notices, doesn't really put much to it. They move on down the road because again, no one knows where they're going. At one point, like there's a conversation had, like Ingrid says something to Gonzales about where we're going, and he's like, I don't know. Like,
mm-hmm.
I don't know where we're going.
Only Cobretti knows.
Yeah, which was kind of odd because before that, I had this as a potential, before that conversation with Ingrid and Gonzales, we see Stalk on the phone, and we see the Night Slasher get ahead of them via motorcycle, because we recognize him because he's got that blade.
Mm-hmm.
And I had as a at one point and got rid of it, of if Gonzales doesn't know where they're going, then how does Stalk know where they're going?
Intuition.
To notify them where to go.
They're going up the 405.
Catching Mulholland. Cobretti comes out of his little hut. He's like, what are you doing here?
Devin.
I would enjoy Stallone on an episode of the Californians.
Cobra on the Californians.
Yes. What are you doing here?
You're the disease, and I'm
the
cure.
We're just going north to San Remos. We're gonna, and so they're doing this. You know, they get to this small town of San Remos. They kind of they let the local law enforcement know what's going on a little bit. They just hide out in these whatever you would call these motel kind of
roadside motel.
Yeah. Ingrid is head over heels for Cobra at this
She's falling hard. She's asking him, have you ever been in any relationships? And he's all about the job.
Yeah, that's what he's respect. He's, to be fair, he's doing his job.
Yeah.
But she's putting on a full court press, and why don't you come over here? They kiss a little bit. We see Stalk on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Cobra,
and he clocks it too. He sees her on the phone.
Yeah, he's seen her on the phone too, and he actually called her out. Like, what are you doing? I'm just checking it at home. She had an alibi.
Well, you don't have a home,
right? You're with us. We live at work.
I've seen you cut pizza. You don't use scissors.
You don't even use scissors. You must be. You're a plant. And so she, of course, we know she's infiltrated.
Yeah,
the police, et cetera, et cetera. So they know the next morning. But we get a very 80s-esque, here comes 700 motorcycles.
All in the horizon.
Backlit. It's a cool shot just because we're from the 80s. But the whole cult, LA is now completely safe.
They're all gone. LA's never been safer.
Yeah. Because the entire New World cult shows up in Little San Remos on motorcycles. They come out of their collective rooms, huts, whatever you want to call them. Cobra's asking Gonzales, where's Stalk? She's not in her room. Cut to, they see Stalk across the way, talking to the motorcycle guys. So crap's gonna hit the fan now.
Yep.
And we get a massive shootout.
Yeah,
obviously
huge shootout.
Luckily there's a bullet farm right next door. Then nobody runs out. Cobra naturally kills virtually everybody he aims at.
Yeah. Everybody. Every shot that's fired hits 3 guys.
Yeah. Gonzales gets wounded, so that is a reason to leave Gonzales behind. And Cobra and Ingrid hop in a pickup truck and flee. And the cult's not done. They're still chasing them because there's 700 of them. They've set up roadblocks. They're out to get these two.
They're selling oranges on the road to try to get them to stop.
Right. Speaking of the oranges, they do get rid of the truck and go fleeing through this orange grove, which is right next to an abandoned steel mill. Yeah.
Everybody knows orange trees flourish in industrial waste.
So they're actively running through this orange grove. Again, the motorcyclists are still motorcycling their way through the grove. Cobra's still, he's got enough magazines on him that he's never going to run out of
He's in the
bullets.
bed of the truck while she's driving.
And it is what it is. And they end up at a steel mill. Stalk gets to jump on him too.
Literally.
Yeah. Hops on his back. It's kind of a charming bit of trivia. I'm sure you read it. That
I saw it too, yeah.
She recognizing that she's a bigger woman.
Yeah.
For an 80s action film, really practiced hard with the stunt team to get this jumping on Stallone's back right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess they show up that day on set, and she had asked to rehearse a couple of times. And of course, Sly in his ego's like, it's fine.
It's fine. Just jump on my back.
And like did that a couple of times, and he would stagger because she's not a big lady, but it's
probably a 150-pound person
least,
jumping at full speed on your back.
Yeah, on your back, to where you're not really visually preparing for it because you can't see it. And staggered or whatever. And I guess he finally relented and just kind of laughed. He's like, yeah, we should probably rehearse this. Yeah. So, it's like, that's got to be a gut punch to you when here's world's strongest man, Sylvester Stallone. That's like, just hop on, I got you. And she hops on and he doesn't have her. It's like, I practiced so hard. And he's like, no, it's fine. Okay, it's not fine. You're too heavy.
Can we recast?
Yeah. Is it too late?
Bridget can play her.
Yeah, just throw a wig on her. She's got enough. And so, they've got this big fight shootout thing. Cobra pulls another one of his throw an item over there.
Yeah.
So they shoot at it. Pepsi's a big sponsor of this movie too.
They are. But even Coke shows up
There's
too,
a Coke machine, yeah. And so Stalk ends up, she gets shot, because he's on Cobra's back. He whips around. She takes a bullet.
Yeah, Night Stalker tries shooting at Cobra and it hits her instead.
We get a hand-to-hand fight, much like John Matrix and
at the end of Commando.
Bennett at the end of Commando. Vernon Wells.
Let off some steam.
Bennett. And so they're fighting hand to hand. It's so just stereotypical.
Yeah. It's an 80s fight.
Somebody's going to have the upper hand, and you're going to get a blade really close to your face. And then Stallone's going to turn his hat around and re-grip and over the top him.
Yep.
But it was a cool scene because it's not an abandoned steel mill, because everything, despite there being no workers, everything is still going.
Yeah. They're in a foundry basically.
Yeah. And there's these giant hooks that are swinging by, and we see them briefly in one scene.
You know exactly what's going to happen the moment you see that first big hook.
Yeah. And so Cobra ends up impaling the Night Slasher on one of these hooks, which, to be fair, should have died instantly.
Yeah.
These were not meat hooks like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. These were gigantic rhinoceros horn style.
Intended to hold several tons of steel.
Yeah. He gored the Night Slasher.
Yeah.
He wasn't poked by this hook. He's dead. There's no way. But he's not. But we do get a glimpse of him like Beetlejuice style being dragged down the chain into this thin he's then burnt alive. The chips show up, and San Remus is back under protection. Well, it's because Cobra killed everybody that was there. Gonzales is alive. He wants some gummy worms. That's this running joke that he likes sweets. Everybody shows up, and even Monty is I'm sorry. I was wrong about you. Man to man, are we good? Cobra shakes his hand. He's like, but you do overdo it a lot, Cobra. He
I would have taken a more subtle approach.
Yeah, he just can't stay in his lane. To which then, Cobra punches him in the face, because in the 80s,
that's what you do.
You could punch a superior in the face and to reset their clock.
Yeah. HR wasn't a thing then.
No. Internal affairs. It was only something you mentioned. Nothing really happened.
No.
So, and even Cobra's other superiors, hop in, I'll give you a lift. They've got a helicopter.
As his coworker is lying there bloody on the ground.
Hop in, I'll give you guys a lift. And Cobra's like, nope. So they apparently just grab one of the motorcycles from the cultists.
That's what I thought. Whose motorcycle was that?
I'm assuming it was the motorcycle the Night Stalker drove to the foundry. Just hop on a random motorcycle and ride off into the California sun.
Yeah. I noted in my notes here as well that there was a Kirkland brand John Mellencamp song was playing over the top.
Very much so, yeah. Yeah, Timu Mellencamp was playing. Yeah. And that's Cobra. That's 1986.
That's Cobra in all of its glory. You wonder what this movie would have been like in the original cut, like had it been 2 hours with all the extra violence and everything.
Yeah.
And a little more coherence to the storytelling.
And they had mentioned in the trivia some of the things that were cut for the rating, like the first victim, like the diner victim, we saw like they showed her getting her hand cut off, and I'm like, RoboCop did it.
Yeah,
RoboCop
did a lot more.
Yeah, and it wasn't an X rating, so who knows?
Yeah,
but there's plenty of violence in this film. I guess one of the biggest complaints was most of the murders from the Night Slasher were done kind of this like slow down the frame, do it off screen kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you didn't see like, which I'm okay. Like I didn't need to see a woman assaulted. Like, I was okay with that. I've seen enough 80s movies. I know what that feels like and looks like. So I'm good.
It's an action movie, not a horror movie.
Right. So it almost added a little bit of artistic value to it of like, well, it's like, what happened.
The artiste that is Sylvester Stallone.
The cinematography of this movie wasn't terrible. Like, I think it's like every cinematographer in the 80s was like, Cinema 101, make sure you get useless establishing shots.
Oh, yeah.
If you could get
How else would you know where you are?
Yeah, if you could get the sun behind 700 motorcyclists, get it. But it works because you see that you're like, that's cool. That's a cool shot.
Yeah.
Look at that night fog between the vampires and some super bright light. That's a cool shot. Nice job, Captain Bigelow.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah, that kind of
THASS. NASA. That's a cool shot. That's a cool shot.
So, all right, but that's Cobra.
That's Cobra. Oh, folks, every week Oz and I give our own unique rating to the film we've been yapping about. 1986's Cobra, in this case, kicking off Rip Title Month. Oz, how would you rate this flick?
I'm going to give it 1 billion bullets.
A billion bullets.
Yeah, billion.
That works.
What are you giving it?
I'm going to go with an armed robbery every 65 seconds.
Okay.
Because that's how frequently it happens. And just ask Ronnie Riggs, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
Be afraid of everyone.
Yeah. But
particularly those in larger communities.
But don't trust your government unless it's Republican run.
There you go. Because we'll keep you safe.
Yeah.
While taking all your money.
Yeah.
Different podcast.
Yeah.
Let's talk about capitalism is our other show.
Yeah. There are more and better people to discuss those on their platforms. We'll let them handle it.
Exactly. Folks, every week Oz and I scour the interweb searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well. In this week's edition of Outside Insight. Oz, my friend, what is your outside insight?
Mine is from Letterboxd, as always, from Patrick. Normally I'm going with either like a 1-star or a 5-star. This was just a 3.
Okay.
And he says, for most of the movie, Stallone has a match sticking out of his mouth like a toothpick. In the climactic action scene, he pours a barrel of gasoline on a bad guy, but he no longer has the match in his mouth. He just takes one out of his pocket and lights the guy on fire. This is a huge missed opportunity for an amazing payoff where the match that's been right there the whole movie becomes the weapon that finishes off the bad guy. Come on, Sly. Like, he's so disappointed that in the one time he actually needed a match.
Needed a match, yeah.
It wasn't in his mouth.
I'd like to think he takes a piece of flint out of his pocket and just chink, 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 chink.
Well, he normally chews on a Zippo.
Or just one of those long lighters you use for a backyard grill.
Yeah,
He's got one of those sticking out of his mouth.
Like they cut up and Clue. Sly's logic is, Schwarzenegger's always got a cigar in his mouth. How about I have the lighter? Like,
you can't smoke that cigar without the lighter.
He's just got one of those like big long necked like clicker torches.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is. So yeah, that's it. The guy's just very disappointed that you needed a match.
I can see that. I can see that.
It was right there the whole time.
The whole time.
And then you didn't have
an opportunity. Yep.
To be fair, that would have been a lot of action to be doing over a short amount of time for him to keep a match in his mouth.
It would. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I could see the frustration. So thank you, Patrick, for your outside insight. What's yours?
I got two. I'm going to share both 10 out of 10s, as always, from the Internet Movie Database. The first one was left in March of 2018 by Lenny Carl. I'm assuming a Simpsons fan there. With the subject line, "Bad movies are a disease. Cobra is the cure." Cobra is, in all caps, the greatest movie of all time. It has everything. Stallone, a bad guy named the Slasher, a bad guy who looks like Rizzo from Grease, more product placement than any other movie ever, and pizza being cut with scissors.
Okay.
Thank you, Lenny Carl.
Yeah.
The other one, again, also a 10 out of 10, left by, and this is important to remember, left by Root Beer Brains.
Okay.
Root Beer Brains in January of 2005 with the subject line synopsis, "It made me want to kick my own tush," doing some editorial work there. "You can't tell me the first time you saw Stallone do a complete 180 in that pimped out ride, hang that sweet looking gun out the window and knock off a few caps of the bad guy as he drove in reverse, that you didn't get a little tingly in your gut in a good way. People, I think we need to have a come to Jesus about this movie. I can't believe I actually saw such low approval stats from all age brackets. I give this movie a 10, and I hope it feels like the giant peanut butter sandwich you just ate without a glass of milk anywhere in sight. I need a glass of root beer. Bartender!"
I'd like to think that he signs off every review that way.
You beat me to it. I hope every review, doesn't matter if it's a 1 or a 10, ends, "I need a glass of root beer. Bartender!" You got Root Beer Brains is the person who left this review.
That's fair.
I will say in the Wisconsin Dells, and all the times that I've been there with Patreon subscriber Melissa Elf, we inexplicably have not visited there. There is the Museum of Root Beer.
I knew there was a root beer museum up there.
Yes. Yeah, it's just a couple of blocks away from the Torture Museum.
Well, too much root beer.
I can't think of one without the other.
No.
All right, folks, it's that point in the show you've all been waiting for, the Let's Talk About Flicks signature segment, the 3, 2, 1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and only 1 about this week's movie, 1986's Cobra. Oz, what are your 3 goods?
My first one is just that opening voiceover with those crazy statistics.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're factual. I don't care if they're factual. It's just Stallone reading these. Every 11 seconds, there's an armed robbery.
Yeah.
Every 14 seconds, there's an assault. Like it's just so, but it just sets. We talked about it ad nauseum. It really sets the tone for a movie like this. And you're
it's all violent crime. You don't hear about like corporate or white collar crime.
Oh, exactly. Here. It's all person on person. Yeah.
It's not every 33 seconds someone goes into medical bankruptcy.
Yeah. Every 12 seconds, a beautiful baby's born. Every 9 months, 6.2 million students graduate high school. Like,
nothing good.
No,
it's just all violent crime.
Bad. Yep. That's my first good. My second good is that chase scene, despite how crazy it was pretty awesome. Like, Ella was eating breakfast when I was watching this, and it was during that chase scene when Cobra, is chasing, like he's fleeing with bad guys in front of him shooting backwards, but then that truck is behind him shooting forwards as he, without slowing a beat, pulls a perfect 180.
Yeah.
And I backed it up to watch it twice. Takes a couple of shots that pops the hood off the truck, which then causes the back end of the truck to catapult into the air.
Yeah. Yep.
Completely disintegrate upon itself. And so I just start laughing. And Ella goes, "What are you laughing at?" So I back it up. I'm like, watch the science of this scene. Like, man pulls the trigger on 3 bullets that get blow off the hood, which then forces the back end to fly into the air and explode in midair. And it was just so stupid. But that whole chase scene was, if you're going to put a chase scene in a movie, give it some length. And this one had length. And I like it when they actually like, this is going to be a set for us. Like, let's do this. And so that's my second good.
That was a possible good for me too.
My third good is I love movies like this.
Yeah.
Movies like Assault on Precinct 13, Cobra, The Warriors. Just they're gritty and simple. And it isn't the violence. It isn't even the good versus evil or whatever. It's just it's not even the carnage. It's really just the simplicity, the film grain. Like it's just that the nostalgia of that era.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm, as much as I love Predator, it's like I take Terminator 2 is a better movie than Terminator 1. I prefer Terminator 1.
I do too.
Because it's got this grit feel to it.
Yeah. It feels more real.
Yeah. And for me, that's what it is. Like Commando, I love Commando. It's arguably, well, not even arguably, it's a top 3 Schwarzenegger film for me.
Yeah.
And it's because of that. Now, John Matrix is ridiculous as a character. And the amount of stuff that he pulls off in like half a day, like it's stupid, but it's just grit. And part of the reason, Ella was asking me why I was laughing, I was explaining that scene to her, and I think I nailed it. I go, because it's all practical. Yeah. There's no, like, they catapulted a truck and blew it up. They didn't CGI it. Like, you poured all that gasoline on that bad guy and lit a match, and they lit a guy on fire. Like, so there's no thinking involved with movies like this. And like I said, The Warriors is a ridiculous film, but I love that movie because it's just gritty. So I get where, Tarantino's influences come from, like, and so, I love a movie like this.
It's funny that you bring up the nostalgia of it. In IMDb, they've added a feature in there recently. It's right under the user ratings.
Okay.
And they and it's AI generated, for better and for worse. It's AI generated. Right. And it puts together like a 2 or 3 sentence summary, just sort of capturing all of the user reviews.
Yeah.
And then under it gives like plus, mid, and negative kind of keywords, like AI generated keywords. And the 2+ keywords that came out of the 86,000+ reviews that the AI summary came up with was over the top and nostalgic appeal. By the way, the negatives were writing, plausibility, and derivative content.
Yeah.
But I can agree. Nostalgic appeal was one of the two goods that the AI picked out of these 86,000 reviews.
Which I love the fact that there's 86,000.
86,000 people have strong opinions about Cobra.
Yeah. So, but those are my 3 goods. What do you got?
For my 3, I'm going to start with Brian Thompson is great at looking menacing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he looks crazy.
We talked about this before, but like he looks the part.
Even when he pulls his hair back and puts on glasses and dresses as a janitor,
he still looks crazy.
You're like, that guy's creepy. Like,
I don't want him mopping my floor.
Yeah, kudos to that black nurse that got on and was kind of chastising him for not taking the service elevator. Had that door open and I saw him standing there, I'd have been like, oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Like, I would have taken the stairs.
I was expecting after she did that, the door to open and he's just holding her head.
Yeah, because he pulled his knife.
Yeah.
Like, he was going to offer.
You don't talk to me that way.
It's probably for that reason. Like, I really, like, killing you serves no purpose other than don't talk to me that way.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, though. Brian Thompson was
great menacing. At looking menacing. So that's my first good. My second is the Cobra image on the gun handle. So his gun handle has like there's like a white, it's like an ivory looking color that's on there, and there's an image of a cobra. Yeah. I'd like to think that, in every professional has some kind of image that represents them on their work tool.
Yes, I would think so. Everyone has to.
Yeah.
Poor stock. It's just corn.
It's just corn. Well, yeah, whatever your last name is, it goes on the tool you use the most in your workplace. Yeah. And my third good kind of goes back to, in some ways, to what you were referencing to. I love pantyhose on head criminals.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the masks in Point Break are great. Like that's fine and dandy, but there's something about just the simple pantyhose on head that I just love.
And they're creepy.
Yeah.
Because they contort your face a little bit and flatten all your features. Yeah, you look like an N64 character when you got one on.
You look like Star Fox.
Yeah, you do. You put a pantyhose on your face in real time, you look like a GoldenEye character.
There you go.
But no, I agree. Like they're, and I think a part of it is that realism. Like it's pantyhose.
Yeah. They're not doing a bit. They're not, again, like referencing Point Break, there's not a theme to it. It's just pantyhose on head.
They even sell pantyhose anymore? Because I remember like the grocery store. It was a big
store. Thing. I remember, exactly. The grocery store growing up. Yeah, they were everywhere. There's a whole section.
Yeah, like because there was like the leg brand L''EGG, and they'd come with these little eggs, and they were everywhere.
I remember, again, both of us grew up in very small towns in Illinois, and the little family-run supermarket. No, I shouldn't say supermarket. Grocery store. It wasn't a supermarket.
No, it was just a market.
That we had in town. It, had a whole section of the egg pantyhose, like in this tiny grocery store.
Yeah, because I can't say I put my finger on it, but I vividly remember that probably being the first time I saw the word nude and not knowing what it meant, because it wasn't a color to me.
Yeah.
There would be tan or black. It's like I understood that, but I didn't know what nude was. Mm-hmm. And boy, do I now.
You bought several hoping that they're...
Well, that didn't look like her.
That's where's the naked ladies?
Where are they at?
Where are they? They're in here somewhere.
And it was probably more confusing. It's like, how can you put on clothes and be nude? Like, but no,
an oxymoron.
But just those stands of pantyhose eggs were everywhere, and now like I wouldn't have a clue where to find pantyhose. I'm sure they probably come in some cardboard, whatever, because they clearly still make them. But
they're not in the big plastic eggs anymore.
Yeah, which is probably better for the environment that they're not.
Probably. Yeah.
But nostalgia. Come on.
I think I sent you again. The real InfoWars rebranding is taken over. It's taken over my feed. I love it so much. The ads they do on there, the fake ads. I think I sent you the reversible condoms.
You did, reversible condom used up to 99 times.
Yeah, comes with its own drying rack.
Yeah, it's for alphas.
Yeah, for alphas.
I did. Yeah. Well, and I was sitting out back. The kids were swimming. I was sitting out back, and Jenny was sitting there too. And I pulled it up and I showed her. Of course, I knew it was a joke, and I showed her. She just immediately she goes, "Well, that's a dumb idea." Like, it's a joke. Like it's. So I was showing her a little bit of the InfoWars stuff. She's
like, "Finally, somebody picked up my idea."
Right. About time.
I've been sitting on this entrepreneurial gold mine for years.
And I also showed her like fish milk and hog water. And
I love hog water. Hog water, rare.
Those two, Haggerty and what's the other guy's name?
Heidecker.
Heidecker. Yeah, I just couldn't pronounce it. Like, those two. Oh my God, they're so.
Yeah. As much as I like the Heidecker bits, I think I like the Jim Haggerty stuff.
I prefer the Haggerty. Yeah. The Heidecker, it's funny in doses.
Yeah.
Like what he says is fine, but it's like the stuttering is hilarious. But no, the Haggerty stuff. But then again, like that's what I loved about those, Onion News Now.
Yeah.
Like morning show, Daily Show bits. Like, yeah. He's so good at that.
Yeah. If you're still with us over an hour into this podcast, if you are not following real InfoWars,
yes,
get on that. Some of the best satire you'll see out there.
Yes.
So hey, Oz,
so good you may not recognize it's satire.
Yeah. Some folks. Yeah. Oz, what are your two bads for Cobra?
I kind of mentioned it earlier, and I'll come back to it. The man who was murdered in the market, like you put his you put his body under a sheet, and you put him on a gurney, and then you just left him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like, so leaving the dead body outside the market so that Cobra has a reference when he's going toe to toe with the media. Like, that's really bad. Like, police work, rescue work. Like, get that body out of here.
It's national loaded weapon kind of set that bit up when they bring in
Whoopi
Goldberg on the gurney. Yeah. You remember what happened?
Is this her? No, that's a t-shirt.
That's a t-shirt.
So yeah,
G.T. Walsh.
Yeah. And my second bad is Stallone isn't charming enough to land the humor of his character.
No, I get it. I had a similar, I almost was going to use this as a bad, and I think it's too close to what you just said, but some of the one-liners in this movie don't work.
No, they don't.
You know, like, you have the right to remain silent before setting a guy on fire.
Yeah. Like, your order's up. Like, it's in better hands, they would be slightly comical, which this character doesn't need another dimension. But it's like, I could see those that could be sold. Like, it could be funny, because again, the writing of those lines, while a lot of them don't work, they're not all because of the writing.
Yeah,
most of them are because Stallone just can't deliver on it.
Yeah, agreed.
So that's my second bad. It's just, as an actor, he's just not charming enough to pull off those one-liners. I won't say Schwarzenegger is either, but those were his shtick from the beginning. So that was all his bit. I've always felt like, despite Stallone honestly probably being more successful of a career longevity wise, I've always felt he's always was trying to play catch up to Arnold.
Yeah, there was like an insecurity there.
Oh, big time. And there's nothing you could do about it, just because physically Arnold was, you can't
just let him be him and you be you and be happy with it.
It's like they say in the NBA, like, you can't teach height. Like, Arnold was just a bigger guy. Like, he wasn't coming for you, but you were like, well, I'm going to look like a comic book character for Rocky 2. My muscles are going to have, it's like, it's okay, dude. Relax. Again, you were nominated for an Oscar, like, out of the jump. Like, you're fine.
Yes.
And then just knowing the backstage stuff where, like, the only reason he signed on to do Stop or My Mom Will Shoot is because Schwarzenegger toyed with the idea of signing on to do it. and he was just playing him. He had no interest in doing it. I remember reading that in the trivia for that movie. I don't know why I was reading the trivia for that movie, but Schwarzenegger feigning interest in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot just to get Stallone to do it.
Yeah. And even go back to the humor thing too. This movie was originally Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes.
Like, Stallone was offered Beverly Hills Cop, and he didn't like the humor in it. So he wrote the humor out, and the studio didn't like it. And so they let him go and hired Eddie Murphy to do it. And Stallone basically took his version of the script, and it kept morphing in it and ended up being Cobra.
Right. Yeah.
Which is devoid of humor.
Yeah.
Unless you count, hey, your order's up.
Right. Yeah. The just really slight attempts. But yeah, you're right. I forgot I read that in the trivia, but yeah, that's Stallone there would be a Beverly Hills Cop if it were just Stallone.
Yeah. Imagine Cobra and Bronson Pinchot's character interacting with each other. Is it Serge? I think it was the character's name. Serge.
What do you say?
I gotta take this robe.
Yeah. Oh, man. Bronson Pinchot. I remember reading in that trivia, like, he had Eddie Murphy in stitches.
I'm sure.
Just because, like, how they had rehearsed it was not how he did it on set. And like, that first time, Murphy was just like, what? Where is this coming from? Kind of like how Armisen, when he would practice his Californians, was not practicing it until he showed up on set. So some of those breaks were legit of like, oh my God, like, I did not see this coming. And some of them were just because Bill Hader can't not break. So
because Bill Hader's hysterical. So.
All right. You haven't given your bads yet.
Yes, my bads, as I was reviewing them, most of my bads revolved around the same thing. So I'll start with the one that was a little different. There's no point to the Detective Monty character other to get punched at the end.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that character exists.
Right.
Is to be the professional foil and to eventually get punched at the end. Because the whole movie, you're like, when is Stallone going to punch Monty?
Yeah.
And he finally does at the end.
Because he's just this neebish, like, higher up in the police. Like, the only thing he's hiding behind is his rank.
Yeah.
And it's not going to matter at the end.
Yeah. So that's my first bad, is 0 point to that character. But the real bad I'm going to lean into here that honestly strings together a lot of my potential bads here was just the overall message of this movie. And we hinted at this a lot. Like, you can't trust other people. There's killers everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And, the bigger the population, the more worried you should be.
Yeah.
Only institutionalized cop vigilantes can keep you safe. There was a quote at one point. He says, "This is where the law stops and I start, sucker."
Yeah.
Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, you can't trust the court system.
No.
Because the courts will just let people out. And it's inferred that you can't trust the press. Like, there's a lot of things. Like, if you take the macro look at this movie, there's a lot of messaging that's really awful about what this movie is trying to be. And yeah.
40 years later.
Turn your brain off, and it's stupid fun, like we were talking about before.
And that's what I enjoy out of it. It's obviously not the messaging, but it's just like, look at that.
But sadly, this kind of movie does influence people.
Oh,
and again, right in the middle of Reagan's run, and we still see remnants of it 40 years later.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are my two bads, Oz. What's your one and only for Cobra?
All right. At the end of the movie, when the Night Slasher and Cobra going toe to toe.
Yes.
Cobra pulls a gun, and the Night Slasher pulls his hands up and he says, "You're not going to shoot me, pig.
Mm-hmm.
You can't shoot me, pig." Why didn't he think Cobra would shoot him after watching him shoot dozens?
I thought the exact same thing. What's different?
Of everybody.
Yeah. Like, is it because he wasn't shooting back at him?
Right.
Like,
yeah, I don't know, but it was, "You're not going to shoot me." And I'm like, what movie have you been watching, dude? He's literally shot everyone. Like, if you have dark hair, he's shot you. Yeah. So that was my is why did he think Cobra wouldn't shoot him? And to be fair, Cobra didn't shoot him. So he was right. He just impaled him on a giant hook and burnt him alive. Gotcha.
I didn't shoot you.
Technicality. Nothing in the rule book says I can't do this.
Nothing in the rule book says a dog can't play basketball.
But yeah, that was my I had several others at before, and then I deleted them all for that one because I'm like,
yes,
idiot.
I love it. I was thinking the exact same thing. What makes that different?
Yeah, you're not going to shoot me.
Yeah,
you can't. Like, it's in RoboCop where there's like a directive. Like, no, this is Cobretti. He'll do what he wants.
Love
it. What are your Huns? What are your dozen Huns?
Yeah, as we talked pre-show, I literally have a dozen possible Huns, and I think they all have merit to them. So I'm just going to rattle a bunch off, and I'll save one for the official Hun again.
That works.
So the first one is, how hard is it to drop a weapon if you have a knife sticking out of your chest? Right at the beginning, Cobra, throws the knife into the guy, and he's still holding his gun, and he yells, "Drop it!" and I'm watching parts of this with Patreon subscriber Melissa L, and she just turns to me and says, "That's a stupid question, Curtis."
Well, it's not your official, so it's okay.
It's not my official, yes, so it doesn't count. Another one: why aren't there more robots in modeling photo shoots?
Yeah,
it's
way ahead of its time.
It clearly worked for Brigitte Nielsen here. Is this a Christmas movie? I saw like a wreath and somebody dressed as Santa.
In the supermarket, when he shoots that man running away, he falls into the Christmas tree.
That's true. I didn't even catch that. So is this a Christmas movie?
Obviously, no. It's not a Christmas movie because we had to point out the two instances of Christmas-related things. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
The grenades that he had, are those standard police issue grenades?
Yeah. The like 4 of them that he obviously just carried everywhere he goes. It's all right, they got the pin. Like
How overhydrated was Night Slasher at the end? When like there was a profile shot of him doing the you like you gonna shoot me, pig?
Yeah, right.
And there's just he's water falling out of his mouth.
I read in the trivia.
I read something too, but yeah,
of like Stallone, who was the de facto director of this movie. Stallone wanted him as hydrated as possible.
Yeah,
so he would be spitting things out, and I'm like, why can't you bring that level of intelligence? Because that's smart filmmaking.
Yeah,
you know, kind of the whole like we want to dehydrate Hugh Jackman for the Wolverine movies so we can see every vein in his body. Like that's like, oh, you guys are thinking outside the box here. I like that. But then on your order's up. Like that's what you got.
Yeah. And just like when he hit the pee and pig, just
it really popped.
Just it's like a super soaker, just hosing down the set.
Brian, the Sprinkler Thompson. That's what they call it.
that's his IMDb handle. Yeah, right. It's the sprinkler. But my real,
okay,
the official one is the bad guy cult is called the New World. Mm-hmm. Did WCW's wrestling stable, the New World Order, the NWO, get their name from Cobra?
They did have Hollywood Hogan.
Yes. This movie set in LA. And the NWO had kind of a cult-ish feel to it.
A lot of black and a lot of greasy hair.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that Cobra, the movie Cobra, begat the wrestling stable, the NWO, the New World Order.
Yeah, I could see that. Mm-hmm. Was Brian Pillman in the NWO at one point?
I don't remember. He
maybe
died.
I'm thinking of somebody else. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to draw some connection to Brian Thompson to be, but no, I can see that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's my official, is did Cobra beget the New World Order, the NWO and WCW?
And which one of the ringleaders of the NWO would have been influenced by Cobra? Like,
Nash.
like you could see actually like watching it and being like, yeah, like would it be a Nash or a Scott Hall that would have seen Cobra and been like, I got an idea.
Yeah, but I mean, Hogan, like as you talked about before, Hogan was right in the thick of.
He was connected, and he's worked with Stallone.
Yeah, they have similar, political biases. I could see them running in similar circles.
Yeah, like I said, he was Thunderlips in Rocky 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see it. I like that.
There's a through line there.
Yeah, I like the theory.
All right. Well, hey, that wraps up Cobra, as well as our first entry into Rep Title Month here.
It's just a 4-weeker, I believe, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It's a 4-weeker because again, Let's Talk About Flicks. We measure time in Wednesdays. That's our drop day of the week.
Yeah, just a 4.
Yeah. So next week, it's my movie next week. You had Cobra this week, so we change. Well, I guess we broaden the family of rep titles here. We go from Cobra to Brian De Palma's 1998 action thriller Snake Eyes. Mm-hmm. Nick Cage, Gary Sinise, Carla Gugino.
Yeah, I like Carla.
Mm-hmm.
There is and Luis Guzman. Can't forget.
That's right. Luis Guzman has a small part.
There's a
Stan Shaw.
Yeah. There's a guy on TikTok. I think I sent you a video that does a spot on Nicolas Cage impression. I mean, it is like, but it's like not all the time Nicolas Cage. It's like, I don't want to work that hard, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. You did send it to me.
But as he's narrating what he's doing, because I watched the one video and sent it to you, now I get all of this guy's videos in my feed. Yeah. And so I don't watch them all. I might stick around for a second or two just because it is funny, but at the same time, it's like, dude, this is one trick pony. Mm-hmm. Like it gets old real quick. But yeah, so I really enjoy the way he says Declaration of Independence, because he throws it all into one word, Declaration of Independence. And everything's a clue. Clue. But it's just, he'll just be like walking around Home Goods, narrating his Home Goods visit as Nicolas Cage. Everything's a clue and declaration and a penis. It does crack me up because the dude could not pass for Nick Cage unless you closed your eyes. So I'm looking forward to seeing some real Nick Cage.
Oh, and we get that version of Nick Cage in this movie.
Good. I do like that version of Nick Cage. Early Nick Cage wasn't there. Like, he was working hard. He wasn't Nick Cage yet.
Oh, he's definitely Nick Caging all over the place in this movie, especially early on.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. It's like Cobra. I've seen this movie before, but it's been a long time.
Yeah. It's dumb fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely, for better and for worse, it's that version of De Palma also.
It's late De Palma. Yeah, I agree. This isn't late 70s, early 80s De Palma. This is late 90s De Palma.
There's nothing subtle about this movie. No. Nothing subtle.
I agree. So, social media wise, you guys can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Check out the website, which is updated, just not with as many blogs because we're busy guys. That's okay. It's not really where our bread and butter's at on the website anyway. But check that out, letstalkaboutflicks.com. And for another episode of Let's Talk About Flicks, we will be back next week with Snake Eyes. I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I am the other host, Curtis.
And your order's up, everybody. So we'll see you next week.